everyone, welcome back to part 2, Getting Personal with Lynn Wilson. Here we go. Here is where we left off. How do I motivate myself when my inner circle is not encouraging and supporting me at that time? So I learned something when I was very young from my grandmother, and you need to make your own joy. And there are days where motivation has to come from your inner self. That sounds like, oh, well, that's not going to help you a whole lot. I don't know how to help you find joy and find motivation and all the rest, other than what I know I've done. My dad was probably, next to my husband, my number one supporter in life. If I told Dad I want to do something, you can do it. My dad had more faith in me than I would ever muster up in myself. And my dad's phrase was, the cream always rises to the top. And if you don't understand that, you got to think about cream and milk and all the rest. But the cream, the best, always rises to the top. And my dad made me feel many days like I could conquer the world. My dad has since passed away, but all those nuggets that he gave me are stored up here. On those days that I'm really down and I'm frustrated and I can't get through, I hear my dad speaking back to me and telling me all those nuggets. There are days my husband's not here for me because of his epilepsy. His brain is like foggy brain, we call it. He's just not there. But my husband has encouraged me along the way in so many ways that he's told me never give in and never give up. And I have to hang on to that. My kids are my supporters. All three of my kids will tell me, Mom, you can do this, you can do this. When I wanted to start YouTube and I'm like, oh, I have nothing to say, it's going to be so stupid. All three of my kids are like, just get on there and do it, they're going to love you. My kids are my supporters. They're not always here for me. They're busy, they're living life. I have all those nuggets in my head and in my heart, and I need to remember those nuggets that they gave me and draw strength from them and get myself motivated. And it does have to stem from within. You cannot depend on other people to be your support. You have to know that you're going to have to do it yourself some days. Okay, other quick questions. Do we have a garden? We do have a small garden. I have for many years tried to grow a garden with no success because I gave up. This year we planted a garden. Is it big and lush? No. You could go back and see my videos on that. But I did try. We did grow some peppers and tomatoes and some other things. It didn't grow really that well. It's been very hot here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning, but it is a success in the sense that I started it. We're seeing it through. We're also going to try and have a fall harvest this year of some lettuce and spinach. And then I'm going to try and do some winter indoor gardening. I've never done it. I'm going to try. We're going to learn. I'm having fun. What was Graham's journey to come to America from Africa? His grandparents were living here. They were also from Africa and came to this country, and they were getting older, and Graham's parents felt that the need to be here with them. And so there was also a war going on in Africa at the time, so there was a choice to be made whether to stay there or come here, and they felt for the safety of themselves they needed to come here and bring the younger siblings of my husband. My husband had the choice at that point. He was a grown man, whether to stay or come. He chose to come. The next question was, how old was he? I think he was between 21 and 24. But we will do a Get Personal with Graham, and he can go into more details about this. Have we been back to Africa? I've never been to Africa. It is on my bucket list. Has my husband been back? No, there's never been an opportunity. As well as the country and area where he grew up is no longer the same. It is very different. He does still have family there that he would like to go visit. So possibly someday, but right now flying for him with his epilepsy and seizures would not work for that length of a time, flying there. What else? Did we meet in Africa? No, we did not, but you can go back to this is part 2. You can go back to part 1 of this video and see how we met. What do I enjoy about living in New Jersey? That has come up again. New Jersey is home. This is where I have grown up. This is where I was born and raised. It is home for me. Do I love it? I don't really know anything different, so of course I love it. I grew up at the Jersey Shore. I had the bay 15 minutes one way, the ocean 15 minutes another, Atlantic City, and Cape May are an hour to an hour and a half away from me. Philly's about an hour and 15 minutes from me. New York City's about an hour and a half from me. I'm in a good location to wherever I need to be. I like the New Jersey fast pace of things, getting it done. Do I like the slow pace? Yes, I do. That's why I drive out to Pennsylvania, which is only about, the Lancaster area, about 2 hours from me. And I can enjoy that serene country life, fresh air, and slow pace, and be rejuvenated. I just like New Jersey. It's what I know. Is it the perfect place to live? No. No place is perfect. But it's home. It's where my family is. And for now, this is where we are. Would we ever leave New Jersey? Possibly. We have some dreams and hopes of where we'd like to go and retire. I don't know if that'll ever happen. But for now, I'm in New Jersey. I really like it here. You're going to hear bad things about any state. I'm sure you hear plenty about New Jersey, but we really are a nice people. How long has Graham had epilepsy? He was 12 years old. He was in a car accident and hit his head. He can give you all the details, but that caused seizures. I think he was diagnosed a little later on in life. And so he was not born with it. I know a lot of people assume he was not. When we first got married, my husband had his driver's license and was working full-time and doing all the things, even working 2 and 3 jobs to support the family. He no longer can drive and no longer can work. So our life has definitely changed through that. I've had a number of you ask for makeup and skincare and hair care. I don't know why. I don't know what you want to know, other than I can give you the basics. I use over-the-counter, cheapy makeup. Maybelline, L'Oreal, and Revlon are probably and CoverGirl are the 4 that I really like. I use Wen cleansing conditioner for my hair, and I have used it for about 20 years. I don't like regular shampoo. My hair doesn't. I do very well with the Wen. This is not a sponsored video for any of that, even as much as I would love to give you a discount coupon code for that. I don't have one. But I like the Wen. It lasts for a long time. I wash my hair about every 3 days. I don't do much. I wash it. I put gel in it. I do this in the morning. I dry it a little bit on the top, and then I go to work, usually 9 out of 10 days with a wet head, winter, spring, summer, fall, and I scrunch it, and that's it. That's all you get. My skincare right now, I'm using Pond's from the Dollar Tree, but it's Pond's brand. Wash my face every 3 days. I will put a moisturizer of oil of Olay on my skin. And I usually use Maybelline lipstick because it does not bleed for me. The older you get, your lips tend to bleed, and so the Maybelline is good. Must have eyebrow coloring, and I love Wet n Wild. It has like a little wax thing in it, and it's hard to find, but that's my favorite. Eyeliners, I just use whatever I get in Ipsy. I have no favorite eyeliner. My favorite mascara is by L'Oreal. I use the primer, and then I use the brown mascara. My eyeshadows I switch between CoverGirl and Maybelline. I don't think I have a favorite between the two. My foundation, I've tried primers. I don't do well with that. My foundation is by Revlon, and I like it, and it stays 24-hour coverage. I put that on with a sponge, and then I go over it with a CoverGirl powder kind of thing, just to, touch up the little spots here and there. That's it. And whatever makeup you see on when I go to bed, it stays on. Like, I don't wash my face at night. Whatever is on, left over at the end of the day, goes to bed with me. Wake up in the morning, wash the face, and start fresh with makeup. Nothing fancy. So I don't know if you guys have any other questions. Feel free to leave them. If you want more details about stuff, feel free to ask. If it's not too personal, I will be glad to answer it, or I will answer it the best I can. I am behind on comments. You asked on the video, how do I get it all done? I do not. I am behind on comments. There'll be seasons in life where I will be behind on the comments, and I will get caught up. So know that season is coming in the next few weeks My summer is slowing down. My job schedule is slowing down. Life is slowing down. Just a wee bit, enough for me to get caught up. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time out of your busy schedule to spend a few minutes with me. Thanks for letting me visit your home, even if it's just for a few minutes. Thanks for coming in my home. Thanks for being my friend and a supporter of this channel. Please feel free, if you're new, to like, comment, and subscribe. And for my regulars, thank you so much for being there. I just really appreciate you guys very much, and many of you have been with me for the 2 years journey that I've been on YouTube, and I really do appreciate it. So for now, that is all I have, and we'll catch you all on the next video.